Welcome back, fellow food geeks. Today we have a delicious soya malai chaap, which is nothing but a soybean chicken, you could say fake chicken barbecue with a lot of cream cheese and cream and curd. It is delicious, it's tangy. You make it once, I promise you, you'll make it again and again. Now I know it's difficult to find soya chaap abroad, but in India it's easily found. So let's start with making the soybean chaap. For that we need around 150 grams of soy granules or soy chunks. I'm using chunks, and 1 cup of soybean, dried soybean, or it's also called soybean dal. I'm going to wash it and then soak it overnight, the dal, and we're going to, after say around 10 hours of soaking, this is going to look like this. It's going to swell up really nicely. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make a paste out of the soybean, and I'm going to come back, and I'm also going to powder the soy granules. So this is the paste I made from the soybean dal which I had soaked. Guys, I had also recorded the soy granule powder, but somehow my phone died and I started mixing the two pastes up. So I've already mixed it a little bit, as you can see, and I recharged and waited, and I'm putting it again. So this was absolute powder. The soybean chunks were absolute powder. I'm sorry I couldn't record it, all thanks to the battery of my phone. Now I'm going to mix them all up, both of them, nicely, and then show them to you. So now I've mixed them up, and I need a bigger utensil. Let me just change the utensil. More washing for me. Yay. Okay, so now I'm going to need a dough using 1 measuring cup of all-purpose flour or maida. Now I'm using 1 cup. If you think your dough is ready in half a cup, even better. Please use some salt the dough to taste. I have just salted it, and I needed 1 full cup. Try using as less as possible, because the more you use, the harder your soy chaap would be. So I would suggest not using more than 1 cup. So here I've kneaded the dough. It's a rollable consistency. Basically, if I put it on a surface and I roll it, I should be able to roll it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I've also taken some ice cream sticks, and what I'm going to do is first I'm going to take this ball of dough and roll it out into say around a 10-inch diameter circle. It doesn't have to be exact, it could be oblong, it's perfectly alright. So that's done, and now I'm going to cut strips out of it around 1¼ inch thick, and the sides I'll discard and add it to the dough, back to the dough anyways. And then after cutting this, I'm going to show you how to make the chaap the twisty way, which is very popular and everybody makes it this way. So I was just showing you the thickness of how thick the chaap should be when you roll. These chaps were very soft, guys. They have turned out amazing. I'm of course speaking in posterity. So these were great chaps, and I am also storing them in my freezer right now. So I'll tell you the way to store them too. So this is done. Let's do the third one, and then I'm going to show you the other method. So now I'm going to take a ball of dough like so, and I'm going to put the ice cream stick in the middle, just like you would a skewer, and the way you would put meat around it, the same way I'll put this dough around it, just like you would a skewer, and that would be your chaap ready. Now this saves on so much of time, and that, rolling the dough, then cutting into strips, and then rolling it around. I mean, for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to use this method for the rest. So here I'm boiling water in a vessel, and I put one earlier so that I could show you. I'm putting the rest in now. So put in your soy sticks in your chaps, and they will start floating after 10 minutes. Keep it on a rolling boil, and they'll see. Do you see the one which is on top? Give it around 10 to 15 minutes, all of them will rise up. If you boil for a little longer, it's not going to harm the soy chaap. It's okay, they'll still be soft. So let's take them out and keep them in cold water immediately. You want to take them out from the hot water and keep it in the cold water immediately. And if you plan to use them in 2 to 3 days time, you have to keep them in the water. Now let me just remove one from the stick, and I want to show you how it looks from inside, because to make the chaap we are going to cut it into pieces to make it into the malai chaap. And I also want to show you how soft it is and how nicely it's cooked from inside. Do you see? Isn't it nice? This is exactly what we want. Let me show one of the twisted versions also. And meanwhile, guys, if you if you live in India, these chaps are readily available at any dairy, and I would suggest that you buy from there because this actually takes a lot of time and effort. So you can do with store bought, they are very nice too. Now let's cut all of them so that they're ready, and meanwhile let's now prepare the marinade. Now I've taken 2 tablespoons of cream. This is for half the soya chap, not the whole quantity. And let me just tell you, this is ginger, green chilli and garlic minced up or made into a coarse paste. This is cilantro and mint or coriander and mint with made into a paste with a little water. So this is around 2 teaspoons, and even the ginger garlic paste, the paste I showed you first, was 2 teaspoons. So this is this. Now this is hung curd or Greek yogurt, whichever you have is fine, around 2 to 3 tablespoons. Here is half a lime, juice of half a lime, and this is tandoori masala. I'm using Shan, which is a good brand. You can use any tandoori masala that you find. I'll use 1 heaped tablespoon, and here we have cream cheese, which I'll use 1 tablespoon. Again, let me just mix up all these things together. This recipe was a special request by Konika and Hina, so this is for you. I hope you enjoy this recipe, as do the rest of the subscribers. Do pause and give me a like, because believe you me, you are going to love this recipe. I know that. I know because I just had it last night. It was amazing. So putting all the ingredients together. Also, what I'm going to do is, after I add the tandoori masala, I'm also going to add a little salt, because yes, I salted the chap, but we also need to salt the marinade a bit. So now I'm going to mix these up. And now I'm going to add my soy chunks to this. This is mixed up, and I'm going to keep it now, cover it and keep it for at least 1 hour. If you can keep it for more, keep it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to keep it, and now it's been more than 2 hours, and let's now see, look at it. It looks quite nice, and trust me, it turned out succulent, so juicy, so tender, I can't tell you. So I just made half of them, like I told you, and all the measurements were for half. Only the soy chap measurements was for 2 portions. So 1 portion you can make again. So I have taken bamboo sticks, which I soaked in water for at least an hour. So once you have done the marinade, soak your bamboo sticks, because otherwise they'll brown. They'll brown even now, but try soaking them. That really helps. We're going to skewer the chunks, but we are not skewering. Do you see the side with the hole? We're skewering the other side. That helps them keep them on the stick. I'll also take a tray and cover it with foil. I'll just show it to you, and I'll place all my skewers on that. So I'm going to do all my skewers and place it, and I am going to broil them in my oven. It has a broiler option. You can grill them on a tawa or a griller too. I have shown you many recipes where I use the grill, so you can do that too. And this is going under the broiler, and I will take it out after it browns a little, around say 10 minutes it took. Meanwhile, we are going to make the coating, the final coating. For that you need the following things: 1/3 cup of cilantro leaves, 1 to 2 teaspoons of chaat masala, 1 teaspoon of dried mint leaves, a little bit of butter, around half a teaspoon. Then we have yogurt, 2 tablespoons, cream 2 tablespoons, and cream cheese 1 teaspoon. So I'm going to put all of this in a single bowl and then mix it all up nicely. And here we have our coating ready. Let's keep it aside because it's been 10 minutes and we need to take out the soya chap. So it's been 10 minutes. Do you see it has started browning, but it's not done. We need more time with this. So I'm just going to turn them on the side so that the side which was on the foil also can get a little bit of char. And I'm using a little ghee or clarified butter just to help them out and baste them. You could use butter too. And now I'm going to put them under the broiler again and take them out after 10 minutes. So these are done. They took a total of 20 minutes, 10 before and 10 now. I'm going to take them out from the sticks and put them in the bowl that I just showed you. They're hot, so be careful. I'm just putting them in. I'll show you once I put all of them in. That's it. I'll remove the tray, and now we're going to add our coating masala to it. Now this gives it a very nice mouthfeel and texture. So you could also take a piece of charcoal and give it a smoky texture. Unfortunately, I don't have it right now, but I'll be showing you the smoking technique in another recipe of mine. Taste it, because taste is important. The taste test. It's absolutely wonderful. Please serve it with onions and green chutney and a little bit of lime. Trust me guys, you're going to love it. So comment, share, subscribe and press the bell notification, because then how would you know when I post new recipes, because there's a whole lot of goodness where this came from. I'll catch you later. Bye bye.